Hi, everyone. I am recording the session that I did at How to Warrior Synergy. Some of you asked to see the presentation since this was kind of planting the seed on the webinars that we are going to be doing next week, and our life enrichment directors and LEAs will be going through in January and February. So I'll go through this presentation, and if you have any questions, please just let me know. So today we're going to talk about the evolution of life enrichment and, how we are going to create meaningful experiences in 2025. Currently, we are on this journey to professionalization. What this means is elevating our life enrichment department, our life enrichment roles into a professional discipline, which means moving beyond just being known as the fun people or the bingo callers, right? But being wellness leaders. So we're shifting this perception from activity planners to wellness professionals with a focus on improving physical, emotional, and cognitive well-being for our residents. So if you want to scan this QR code, you're more than welcome to. Unfortunately, since this is not live, you won't be able to see the live reactions on these. But if you do scan it, you'll get 4 options on there for you to kind of think through how much time do you think residents typically receive in engagement daily. And the options that you're getting is 96 minutes a day, 58 minutes a day, 27 minutes a day, or 11 minutes a day. So again, you don't have to enter it on the poll on your phone, but just think to yourself, how many minutes do you think residents in healthcare receive in engagement every day? Well, I'm sure most of you said 96 minutes a day, right? Because that's what we think our residents would deserve from those options. But unfortunately, the Centers for Disease Control did a survey in 2016, and the current state of engagement is only 11 minutes a day for a typical health center, and about 63 minutes a day for residents in memory care environments. So this is pretty sad. 11 minutes a day. Just let that sink in. 11 minutes a day where a person is engaged, where they see purpose, where they see meaning, where they're connected, right? Out of 24 hours. So even though this is a national average, we still want to make sure that we see the need for increased engagement across all care levels. So our goal is to elevate the engagement that we provide for our residents. So we make sure that every minute of engagement that our residents receive is accounted for, that is meaningful for our residents. And we're going to do this with data-informed wellness. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this as we move on in the presentation. So our vision for 2025 is to, again, focus on the impact that we provide, right? Drive meaningful engagement that goes beyond filling time, just, making sure the residents are not bored. That's not what it's about. It's emphasizing programs that positively affect the residents' well-being. Also, purpose-driven, data-informed programs. So creating activities that enhance residents' well-being, using data to identify what residents enjoy and respond to the most. And as I mentioned earlier, professionalizing our life enrichment department, our roles through measurable outcomes. So transitioning from this fun group to wellness professionals by using data to measure and demonstrate the impact of engagement on resident quality of life. So again, we want to make sure that we have this compassion, right? That we all embrace, and creativity combined with that data insight for meaningful engagement for our residents. And one of the reasons that we are continuing this journey to wellness for our residents is because we currently have a pillar goal for our department that is to enhance resident engagement and satisfaction through targeted data-driven activities. And there's basically 3 buckets under this pillar goal and how we are going to get to this point. The first one is leveraging data to understand residents' preferences. So again, identifying what works, using those reports that we have available to us through LifeLoop to find the popular activities that resonate with our residents. Also boosting participation. So set and track attendance goals to ensure programming is engaging, meaningful, purposeful for our residents, and strengthening those family connections. Sharing the participation insights with the family members anytime that we have a resident first meeting to keep them involved and informed on the residents' well-being. The World Health Organization defines wellness as a complete physical, mental, and social well-being. Complete physical, mental, and social well-being. So this is what we are going for, right? Again, not just bingo, not just walking club, right? How do we approach wellness for our residents, for each person at our campuses? So we know that high engagement equals to 20% less antipsychotic use and 20% more social engagement for our residents. So we have a pretty powerful quote unquote pill, right? Because if we are providing engagement, things that are meaningful to me, we are able to hopefully take residents out of antipsychotic medication. And they'll have more social engagement, more friends, more people to be around. So what we want to do with this is making sure that we're focusing on those personalized goals for our residents, personalizing activities to their needs. Whatever that is, could be a mobility goal that they have, a cognition goal that they have, and collaborating with our therapy teams so we can reach those therapeutic outcomes that the residents are seeking. Now, to do this, we are going to start nurturing our operational mindset. And I know that operational mindset can sound a little bit scary, but this is, again, how we're going to continue our journey of growth in life enrichment. So to do this, we have to align with the company goals, track engagement, what the impact of engagement with our residents has on retention for staff, on costs, on CSS, on satisfaction. So we're doing this by looking at the data-driven decision making. Again, using the LifeLoop participation data and feedback that we have on the software to drive improvements in the engagement quality and programs that we provide or make available to our residents. Also, regularly review the trends, the engagement trends, attendance trends for our activities, activity popularity, to make informed planning in making decisions on what activities should and should not be on the calendar. We're going to look into outcome measurement. So tracking residents' well-being and satisfaction by comparing attendance data with engagement goals and sharing that data with our families to communicate their tangible participation and engagement outcomes. And then we also want to look into that professional growth and the impact that brings to not just our residents, but our department as well. So looking into growth plans and mentorship for our staff, supported by training on data interpretation and reporting. So this is kind of what we are doing right now. Leveraging programs like the MEPAP to foster continuous improvement, ensuring that our LEAs also have those growth plans in place. And then improving engagement outcomes to show that they contribute to higher retention and satisfaction in our campuses. We want to make sure that we do have the data to show the organizational impact of the quality of the engagement, with longer resident stays, increased census stability, and reduced turnover. So we want to increase the efficiency by aligning life enrichment with other departments using data as a common language for collaborative success. Now, the field, the LEDs got a little sheet that I added to the email. It's called Purpose with Care. And this is intended to create those activities. So we are kind of looking at, those things that are important for the activity calendar. So I asked all the LEDs the next time that they are building their activity calendar to look at this sheet and see if their activities have these four focuses or 4 points. So the first one will be clarify the purpose. What is the objective? What is the purpose of the activity? Why do I have this activity on my calendar? Is it just to fill the time because I need another vitality, or I need that second artisans of the week? Or is it because it's something that my residents enjoy? Is it something that my residents have asked for? Is something that will bring meaning and purpose to them? So again, what is the purpose? Really dig into that. Also, is this activity adapted to our residents' needs? Is it specific to them? Is it too difficult? Is it not what they're looking for? Do we need to adapt it in any other way? Is it appropriate from a dignity and age standpoint for our residents? And then how can I partner with other departments for collaboration? So how can I partner with my therapy team, with my culinary team, with my clinical team, with anyone in the campus to make this activity, this program, even better, elevate it even better? And I want to introduce you to Evelyn Thompson. She is 82 years young. She loves to paint, garden, listen to classical music, goes to the choir. She likes reading, but she doesn't like crowded events, physical demanding activities, technology-based activities, and inconvenient scheduling. Who does, right? So at this point of the training, I had also a live story that you have available to you in your email with more information on Evelyn, some more detailed information on almost like her live story and also her attendance tracking or trends. And I had some questions on that worksheet for the LEDs to come together and discuss and talk about. So I would highly encourage you to look through that. Again, since this is not live, it will be a little bit difficult for us to discuss that. But if you have questions about it, please feel free to reach out. But the basic idea with this exercise is to show our teams that data is almost like reading a story, right? If you look at that spreadsheet or that sheet for Evelyn, it will tell you why she attends certain activities and not others, even though some of those activities are of her interest, like painting or gardening, right? So it's looking at that data and trying to identify what is the data trying to tell me? What is the story that these numbers or information is trying to tell me, and how can I troubleshoot from there? Now, even though we are moving right into this more data-driven activity calendar, I guess, that doesn't mean that we are going to stop having fun. We'll continue to have fun. Of course, fun is part of being well, of feeling good about yourself, of socializing with other people. And the great news is that we do have a lot of these fun and exciting and experience-based activities and programs already embedded in our standards. Of course, we have our theme weeks, right? We do this every year. And this year, we actually want to make sure that we continue to elevate that resident experience with a more immersive, sensory-driven experience for our residents. So here, for example, I have these dinners on the top where you go and it feels like you are immersed in a theme or in a location. This is kind of like a forest location when there's water on your table and trees all around you and flowers all around you. Now, we're not asking for the campuses to emulate this, but this is the feeling that we want our residents to have, where they're transported to that to that venue or that theme, right? Through winter ball, during our award ceremony, the banquet place was decorated beautifully, right? We have trees and snow, and there was a ballroom couple dancing, the music, the scenery on the screens. People felt transported to a winter ball as they were having dinner with the music and the dancing. Just a beautiful experience. And that's what we want our residents to experience as well when they walk into the dining room, that they're walking already 3 times a day, right? Where they feel like, whoa, did I just travel in time, right? Where did I step in? This is completely different. This is just amazing. And also we have our signature events like Taste of Town, campus retreats, family nights, again, where we want to have deeper collaboration with our teams like culinary, therapy, anyone in the campus, and having that creativity as well be present. What is it that you are doing out in the community that we can bring into our campus? Blind dinners. I've done one in the past, and it's just such an amazing experience where you're eating, this 5-course meal, and you can't see the food, and just the flavors of the food. It's just so amazing, so overwhelming. After you're done, yes, the table can be a little bit messy, but the experience on itself, again, is so great. So again, how can we elevate these events that we already have as part of our standards for our residents to experience more? So the reason why we are doing all this is because, again, we want to show our value, right? We want everyone to understand that life enrichment is more than fun and games. I know we all know that. We've been saying it, right? But we have to show it. We have to quantify that the value, basically, to operators and others. So data shows that engagement improves health, reduces medication use, decreases aggression with our residents. We know if we have enhanced engagement, and when I say engagement, I mean what each person defines as engagement, right? Sometimes you can have a beautiful activity calendar, but if I'm not a social person, I may not really attend many of those group activities, but I may be fully engaged in my own hobbies, right? Like taking care of my plants and doing arts and crafts and, whatever else, walking my dog, right? So, but that doesn't mean that I don't have a full life because I'm not attending the group activities. I am, because these are things that are important, meaningful, and purposeful to me. So even though some residents may not attend group activities or as many as we would think they should attend, right? That doesn't mean that they don't have a full life. but they may need some more help enhancing their own personal engagement. And we can do that by providing, supplies, tools, resources to our residents, ideas. So enhancing their engagement improves people's well-being, right? When we're happy, when we're doing things that are meaningful to us, we all feel better physically, mentally, right? We're all doing better, improves our well-being. What that means is our residents are healthier, right? So this has a clinical outcome, which would be the easiest way to put it, right? It has good clinical outcome with our clinical partners. So if our residents are engaged, they're happy, they're healthy, they're good, which means that they're going to stay longer. We're going to have our residents stay longer with us in our communities, increasing our census stability, right? And also, they're going to refer others to stay with us because this place is awesome. Since I've been here, I just feel so good. I have so many friends. I'm doing all the things that I always wanted to do and I never had time to do, right? This place is just amazing. And also it decreases turnover and staff burnout because residents that are engaged are more participative and experience fewer expressions of distress, making the care easier for staff. The staff gets to know those residents, right? Because we don't have just census turnover. So the staff knows how to approach that resident. They know how to be there for that resident, and the resident knows them as well. We have less challenges with those residents. Like, the saying, happy wife, happy life. Well, happy residents, happy campus, right? So this is the value that we bring and that we need to start talking more about and marketing ourselves better to the rest of the industry. So just to kind of summarize everything together, we're transforming the residents' experiences with data-driven insights. So we're going to do this by leveraging data, just like we did with Evelyn's story, right? What is that story telling us? So we're looking beyond the numbers. We're looking at the story from their engagement. Also personalized programming, so adjusting the activities to truly reflect all our residents' interests, needs, and capabilities. And again, we're looking into that professional impact, embracing our role as wellness professionals who create meaningful, measurable outcomes. So if you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to answer anything you guys have. Again, this is kind of planting the seed on what the next webinars are going to be for the LES team, and later on in January, February for our LEDs and LEAs. This is part of our pillar goal. So we are just trying to bring awareness, educate, and again, elevate our professional roles. Thank you all for your time.